Alright then, let's see what Marvel have got in store for us for the next round. And let's do that without the hiccuping. Hey, it's LJ, and welcome to another edition of LJ Reacts. For those of you who've only just stumbled across this little YouTube channel of mine, this is my reaction channel. I kind of go back through sort of pop culture events I seem to have sort of missed out on, having going through the process of having to grow up and worry about sort of things that aren't necessarily pop culture related, like how I'm going to pay the rent or how I'm going to feed myself. The other sort of minor things that sometimes just dominate our life for no apparent reason. So that's what this channel is. I'm kind of going back through time, trying to catch up on some of the things that I've missed out on. Usually I do sort of quite focus. Usually I focus quite heavily on sort of music. However, this one I'm doing a recent trailer drop, just to sort of change it up a bit. Give you a little sort of something else to, a little something different from what I usually sort of deliver. If you do like what I am delivering, though, you can, of course, check me out on the social medias up the top there. Also, I very rarely appear in public, but if you want to find out where, then you've got the link tree just there. And if you think I'm doing a good enough job and you want to just buy me a sandwich, a coffee, or whatever, you can always chuck something in the tip jar just there. Just a little something to say, I appreciate the effort that you've put into some of the videos that you've been putting out lately. There are a lot on the editing block. I have been feeling very under the weather lately, which is why you have not seen any of them, but they will be coming out soon. Fingers crossed. So yeah, if you don't forget, you can also like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. And don't forget, if you like it and you share it and someone else sees it and they share it and someone else sees it and they share it, and it kind of gets more people coming towards the channel, which gives me more inspiration to do this, because it means that what I'm doing is gelling with what you're liking, and so therefore I'm prepared to do more content, which means you get more of the content that I'm sort of throwing out there. So it's a win-win situation, and it doesn't cost you a thing. So with that, we are going to move on to what I'm talking about today. Big MCU fan. I say I'm a big MCU fan. I'm one of those people who was really into it during like the Infinity Saga, and it's dropped off a bit for me following sort of Endgame and like the follow-ups to that. I mean, I've seen most of the films. I think there's only 3 or 4 as of right now that I have not seen. I'm not as down on some of them as other people seem to be, although I completely get the hype for Thor: Love and Thunder. So, as I am saying, this week, the Thunderbolts dropped their last trailer. I don't think I've seen maybe I saw the teaser trailer when it came out, but I don't think I've seen any other trailers they've done. So, this is going to be pretty much new to me, because it's, like I said, I've not seen any other trailers, or at least as far as I'm aware, I haven't. Being a Marvel guy, I'm vaguely aware of the Thunderbolts. I have picked up some of their stuff recently, but I haven't actually sat down and read them. But I am aware the kind of concept that we're looking at here. It's essentially DC's The Suicide Squad, which in itself is an interesting concept. One that's been done reasonably well, and the other film. But moving on from that, I'm gonna So like I said, so I'm kind of going into this kind of with a blank slate because I don't know that as much about the Thunderbolts history as I do some of the other characters out there. So yeah, I'm just gonna fire this one up and give you my unvarnished thoughts as it sort of trucks along. So here goes. All right then, let's see what Marvel have got in store for us this time around.
We have no reliable heroes, and yet we still need protection. Witness, invincible, stronger than all of the Avengers rolled into one, and soon to be known as Earth's mightiest hero.
Why would a god take orders from anyone at all? Maybe I need to show you what I'm capable of.
Sentry's gone off the rails. Yeah.
Ooh, they are going to the Century route. Recently read the first. Well, it's for those of you not familiar with the Century, it's a bit complicated. It's actually a really interesting story. Basically, in 2000 or thereabouts, there was an announcement of the death of a Marvel artist, and then a little while later, some of his Marvel stuff was sent back to the offices. Going through the box, they found a thing that him and Stan Lee was working on in 1963, which would have predated the Fantastic Four, which was a superhero called the Sentry. But when Stan was asked about it, he was like, "Oh, I don't really remember it." However, the more that came out about it, the more Stan remembered, and it was eventually released as like a mini-series. And in the mini-series itself, Sentry was around from the start of the Marvel Age, and however, something happened, and so everyone kind of forgot about it, and how it, including the Sentry himself, until something happened that brought that so the Sentry will start to remember, and the more he remembered, the more everyone else remembered about him. It's of course the whole thing was really just made up to sell this comic. It was actually a really good comic, the original Sentry comic. It's one of those ones that sort of stands on its own, and then you hear like, and it has a definitive end, and then it's like, oh yeah, they brought him back after that, and it's like, why? That's that kind of defeats the that kind of sort of does away with that nice, solid, definitive ending. But yeah, I read it like I said a while ago, so I am considering doing like comic book reviews and things on here, and that was one I sort of was going to test the water with, but that's around the time I had the camera issues when I went on hiatus. So if that is something, if you'd be interested in me doing those sort of reviews, feel free to chuck it in the comments below. So, but yeah, what they're doing with the Sentry here is they've either done a massive change or they have fused two aspects of the story together. Let's see if there's any more sort of hints along the way.
Yeah, he's dangerous. Avengers, you're gone. No one is coming to save the day.
We could be the people that are coming.
Wait, us?
Yeah, you. Why, you got someplace to be? I love that guy.
I can't think what his name is, but I really enjoyed him in Black Widow. I was wondering if we'd see more of him because, yeah, that was one of the more entertaining parts of Black Widow. Sorry, Ray Winstone, you kind of let me down a bit there, but still found it an enjoyable film. But yeah, the Russian super soldier whose name escapes me, one of the more entertaining parts.
Look, you You have the wrong people.
And of course, the younger sister as well, whose name escapes me, which was in Black Widow and the Hawkeye series. So, yeah. So yeah, I've got some really sort of. So I think the character interactions, I'm thinking I'm going to find entertaining, if nothing else.
We have all done bad things.
You can live with it forever, or you can do something about it. Being a hero, saving people in the streets. There is no higher calling. You guys done with therapy?
Let's do this.
You may not see what I see, but this has the makings of a team that can race to glory.
Some of the visuals are reminding me like it's the end of the Suicide Squad. Half expecting like a coloured starfish to appear out of nowhere, but of course that's a very James Gunn thing. And James Gunn, at least for the time being, is not doing anything Marvel related.
There's no use fighting. You're not Earth's mightiest heroes. No. We are the Thunderbolts!
What's the asterisk for? Okay, so that's got to mean something, right? The little asterisk at the end of the Thunderbolts, right there. No. Okay. Yeah. All right, then I will give me a moment, and I will deliver some final thoughts on that. Right. Okay. That's I mean, I at least kind of have an idea of what the story is, which is a step up from the last trailer. Although, to be fair, that was the Naked Gun teaser trailer. They didn't really reveal a lot. But in the same vein, I did that Dial of Destiny thing, which didn't tell me an awful lot, and probably for good reason, given how the quality of that film. So yeah, the Thunderbolts here. At least I kind of have the feel of what's going on, which is the point of a trailer, you know. So they're going with, by the looks of it, the Sentry as a villain, which is an interesting choice, but given that the way the Sentry works in at least the original Sentry comic, is both the hero and the villain of his own story. And yes, he really is that powerful in the comic too. That's not a tweak they've sort of added. I mean, to be fair, I like all the characters that I recognise. Yeah, I really do like. I don't know what it is about the Winter Soldier, but there is I find something really kind of cool about that. You know, the kind of tortured hero almost. I'm definitely getting the Suicide Squad vibes, not, you know, the original Suicide Squad, but the James Gunn one, albeit without the multicolored starfish at the end. So yeah, I've not seen like the last film, which was Captain America, but you know, the last couple of films I have watched was like the Marvels, and I watched Deadpool and Wolverine, and although people sort of say the Marvels was bad and Deadpool and Wolverine was sort of amazing, I think they're supposed to be like that. They're kind of going Deadpool and Wolverine was the more fun film, but there was fun parts in the Marvels, so I don't sort of wish. So I'm not sort of seeing like death for this franchise right now. Yeah, it's not going to be as high as it was in the build up to Endgame, but you know, that was nothing was ever gonna sort of follow that to the same degree. You know, maybe especially with the issues they've been having. I feel that the multiverse saga. I mean, it's had more duds than the Infinity Saga, but I mean, I say duds. They're not even bad films. They're just bad compared to the good films. But yeah, no, I'm definitely sort of looking forward to this. This is got the I do love the Suicide Squad vibes, and unlike the original Suicide Squad, most of these seem to have a degree of power. If you're going with the theory that the Black Widow project included some degree of super soldier serum, so at least it makes sense for them to be involved. Hopefully it's not going to be a case of where you sort of watch it and think, hang on a minute, why is no one else in this film? Like moments like the beach attack at Iron Man 3, where it's like, hang on a minute, doesn't Bruce Banner work in the same building as him? So yeah, I'm looking. This is got me sort of looking forward quite well to this one actually. Hopefully I'll catch it. Hopefully I'll get the chance to catch it. Because who doesn't enjoy a nice cinema experience? Or I mean, otherwise I'll be streaming eventually. So yeah, looking forward to this. And you, likewise, can look forward to me doing more videos. Hopefully, more of the sort of in-depth sort of music videos that I do, but I'll be doing some of these as well. If you like what I'm doing, don't forget you can check me out on social medias. And we have Linktree. You can see me in person if you're in the Essex area. I'm weekly in Rayleigh, and on the 31st of May I'm doing a wrestling show in Basildon. Details are on the site, and you can show me some appreciation in the form of some money in the tip jar. So yeah, actually have completed that Liliac Heaven and Hell track I was talking about in the last video, but I've just like I said, I've been feeling a bit under the weather. It just getting it uploaded just has seemed so much effort for some reason. So hopefully that will be up soon, as will some of the other videos that are currently sort of waiting my time. So yeah, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and yeah, if you enjoyed the video, I will catch you next time. I've been LJ. It's been emotional.
Steady, we come crashing like a thunderbolt. Let's get it, we can break a hole in the world.
Thanks for sticking around for the end of the video. For those of you wondering why I'm doing this again, it's very, very simple. So, I've got an event coming up which features a lot of content creators, and basically, I just wanted to be one of the cool kids, just for a little bit longer. So, for those of you who live in the Essex area, you can catch me in the referee stripes for Talks with Dorks podcast, their debut British wrestling show, Never Say Die, featuring some of the top wrestling content creators out there, including Parky Streams, Danielle's Games, Max's Wrestling Channel, The Cosplay Nightmare, The Goonie Dad, AJ Slambino, Stone Cold Stoley, and JC Wrestle Talk. They will all be taking part in this show in various roles. Goonie Dad and AJ Slambino will be making their tag team debut. Like I said, I'll be the head referee, and the rest will be finding jobs for. They'll be being announced over the next few weeks. So check it out. I should have chucked the ticket link in the description below. So yeah, that's Basildon Sport and Basildon Sport and Leisure even. 31st of May. Talks with Dorks, Never Say Die. Why are we calling that? Well, 40th anniversary of the Goonies. So